guys, welcome back. Today we're going in with a new palette from Urban Decay. I'm using the shade Faith, and this is from the new Naked Ultimate Basics palette. This is their brand new palette, and I believe it's out of stock right now, but it will be launching on Sephora soon. So I'm just using a big fluffy brush and using that shade Faith in the crease to really blow it out. I'm going to focus this in the crease and the outer corner, and then I'm going to jump into Lockout, just a little bit deeper than Faith, and we're going to build upon this. So I'm using this a little bit lower than that shade, and I'm going to really deepen that outer part of my eye, and then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush and blend. So I'm kind of just laying down the pigment first, and then I'm going to make sure there's no harsh edges with this big brush right here, blending it out, and just keep repeating the process until we feel like we have a deep enough crease. I feel like these were really nice and pigmented. They blended nicely. I didn't have any problems working with them, so I was really impressed with these shadows. This was my first time using it and I really like it. So now I'm going in with this Dose of Color Sunset. This is one of their duos. These are like their eye duos. I'm just using the base, so it has a base and like a glitter pigment, but I just wanted to use the base because I'm going to go in with a different color shadow. Any base would work. You could use black or white or gold like I'm using, or bronze or champagne. This is just the first thing that was near me, and I just want something sticky and just with a little bit of color that's really going to grab on the next shadow that we use, because I find it's easier to use a base when you're doing a deep kind of smoky lid. So now I'm going to go in with MAC Dazzle Shadow and Say It Isn't So. These are stunning. This is almost like a blue gunmetal gray. And I'm using that same brush. I sprayed it with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I'm just packing that on top of this base. So that base is still sticky and tacky, so it's pretty easy to pack it on. I had a little bit of fallout, but it wiped away easily. So just pack this on your lid. You're going to want to go up to your crease and a little bit above your crease, because I do have hooded eyes, so I showed it on both eyes just so we could see, but just a little bit above your natural crease if you do have hooded eyes like me. Then I went back in with that smaller brush, and I'm really just blending to make sure that everything is smooth and there's no harsh edges, and just make sure there's not like a stark line from where that blue stops. So then I'm going to go back into the palette. I'm going into Lethal, which is this deep kind of mahogany, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got like a little bit of a purple hue. I'm using a smaller brush from Sigma, and I'm really going to pack this on that outer corner just to add dimension. And then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush and blend. It's all about blending, so you kind of want to layer and blend, layer and blend. I'm going to go into Lockout again, which is that medium brown color. I'm going to start working on that lower lash line, and I'm going to really keep this tight on that lower lash line and just start creating dimension. I'm going about all the way in except for my tear duct, and I'm using a Nicole Consilio Tarte collab brush, which I really like. You'll see me using, if you see the gold brushes, that's what I'm using. And then I decided to go back into Lethal. I'm really going to deepen this even more. So I'm using an even smaller brush. This is a Morphe brush, and I'm really focusing that on the outer half of my lower lash line. And then I decided to go back into Faith and really take a fluffier brush and really just blow this out and make sure that everything is blended. I really wanted this to be smoky, almost like really low, lower than I usually would, just because I wanted something different. And then I decided I want a little bit more pizzazz on the lid, so I took a tiny bit of this Inglot pigment and just packed it on the center of my lid. It's not necessary, it's just something that I decided to do. So now I'm doing a wing. I'm doing more of a thick wing, not as thin as I typically would, and I'm focusing the thickness on the outer corner. I just wanted some sort of liner to tie into the look, but I didn't want to do like a crazy wing, like super far out thin. Then I'm trying these new lashes. I freaking love these. These are new Flutter lashes, and their collaboration with Shayla, Makeup Shayla, and they're called I Slay. They were so easy to apply. They're so beautiful. I love them. Highly recommend. And then I decided to go in with this new palette I got from Sephora. This is the Hourglass Surreal palette, and I'm just using it to really highlight those under eye areas, just to brighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to contour. I'm using my favorite Tarteist contour palette. I keep going back to this one because it's just that good. I decided to use a Benefit brush just to really chisel out my cheekbones. And then I decided to jump back into that Hourglass Surreal Light palette and use the blush, which I love. I'm using a gunmetal brush from Morphe, and I'm just sweeping this on my cheeks, just building up the color. This is a pretty light palette, so I had to kind of build it up, but it's very soft and pretty. Now I'm using the new highlighter from Jouer and Topaz. You guys, this is stunning. And again, a Nicole Concilio and Tarte brush. I really like this fan brush, and I love this highlighter. It is stunning. It's just, I don't know, the formula is really beautiful. You can see me building it here. It just catches the light beautifully. And then I decided I want to catch the light on the inner corners too. So I'm using the Touch and Soul. This is the Talia. This is like the silver pigment. So it's a duo. So it's like a cream highlight on one side, and then it has like loose pigment on the other. So I'm applying the cream highlight, and then I'm applying the loose pigment on top, really building that up. I really wanted my inner corners to pop. And then I'm going to line my lips. I'm just using my favorite lip liner as of lately. This is the Balsam Fateau. This is a brand that I found recently. I love this lip liner. And then I'm going to go in with the Pat McGrath Flesh 1 lipstick. So I have my lip stain on already, and I was like, let me give this a go. So I will say I really like this lipstick. The shade is perfect for me. This is the lightest one they offer. And then I'm going in with her Flesh glitter. So I just took a brush, just a flat brush. You can use a lip brush or an eye brush, and I'm just packing on that glitter. And it took a little bit of time, but I thought the end result was beautiful. I will say I think you can get this look with any glitters and lipsticks, and I don't think you need to shell out the money for the Pat McGrath. I wasn't overly impressed with that. I just thought you could get the same look with any glitter or lipstick that you have. And that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have a lot of videos coming your way. I really love this tutorial. I thought it was a little bit different for me, so give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.